Hi, this is Kristen Ervin from Team Logue, and I'm going to be your host for tonight's dinner. Tonight we're going to make one of my family's favorites, chicken enchiladas. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do here is make the enchilada sauce. So basically, there we go. I'm going to pour a quarter cup of vegetable oil into a saucepan. Turn that on. And then to that, I'm going to add equal parts, so a quarter cup of flour. And effectively, we're making like a roux just to thicken our sauce. Just to give it a little bit more oomph and to stick to our enchiladas as we go. So just as this heats up, I'm going to stir it together. Let it get all combined. Okay, so that's all kind of consistent now. Okay, so to that, I'm gonna add some strained crushed tomatoes. I like these, I think they're called passata. They seem to be nice and smooth, so they work out well. They're always on sale. So we're gonna add that into the pot. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and spice this up a little bit. So I pre-measured out some of my ingredients. So I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of chili powder to give it that nice Mexican flavor. And then we're looking at a teaspoon of cumin. I have 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder. And then about 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. Just so that the tomatoes are not super tart, we're gonna put in about a tablespoon of brown sugar. And then of course, we always need to add a little bit of salt and pepper. So that's sort of all our spices are in there. Stir it up. It's sort of that nice dark, rich brownier color because of the chili powder. So I'm just going to turn that down to sort of medium-low. I'll pop a lid on it, and we'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, we're back, and it's time to start assembling our enchiladas. So our sauce has cooked down a little bit and come together. And is a little bit thicker. Earlier today, I just cooked up some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I usually just put them in the oven with a little bit of chicken broth and some garlic and salt and pepper, and cook those at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. You can buy a grocery store chicken and just shred that up if you're pressed for time and use that, or even those packages of like chicken that already comes pre-cooked and prepared. You could do that as well. I think this was like 4 chicken breasts, and that'll feed my family of 6, although there's only 5 of us home tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about half of the sauce that we made, and I'm going to add this into the chicken, and I'm going to save the rest is going to be our topping. Maybe even more like 2/3, to be honest with you. I'm going to mix that in. Now this is the basic filling along with cheese. What I will do is I'll make a couple like this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of spice, because we have people in our family that like it a little bit spicier and some that are super sensitive to spice and freak out a little bit. So make a few, and then we crank it up a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to get that mixed into the meat. Okay, so that's mixed up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start assembly. So we just have your basic tortilla shells that we would do. Now there's a little trick to this that I've learned over the years. When I first started making these, I would actually have like a really hot pan of oil on the stove, and I would blast my tortillas really quickly so that they would get a little bit of oil soaked into them, but not too much. And that way they don't dry out when they're in the oven, because obviously bread in a hot oven will get really crispy, and we don't want crispy, we want nice and sort of soft and chewy. But I've learned a cheat over the years: cooking spray. So all I do is I give it a little blast on both sides, softens it up a bit. Then I'm going to take my meat, I'm going to kind of eyeball it. As I said, I think I did 4 chicken breasts in here, so like it's gonna end up making 8 to 10 enchiladas by the time. We're gonna grab our good old shredded Mexican cheese. Top it, tuck the bottom up. Roll, roll, roll. I'm gonna put my non-spicy ones into a pan. Again, I'll spray my pan out a little bit so nothing sticks. So I'll probably do 3 or 4 for the kids that don't like spice. And then what I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add some crushed red pepper flakes, probably about 1 to 2 teaspoons, depending on how spicy we want it. And then I also have some cut up jalapeno peppers that I'll put in there. I'll add that and then I'll keep assembling and I'll show you the next step when that's all done. Okay, here we are. So we've rolled up all our enchiladas and now we're gonna put the finishing touches on them before they go into the oven. So we're simply going to smother some of this sauce on the top. These are my non-spicy babies for the non-spicy children. Okay, all of this leftover sauce on there. And we'll throw a little bit more cheese on top because you can never have enough cheese. Okay. Then these beauties are going to go into an oven that was preheated to 350 degrees. Just for about 30 minutes. Really everything's cooked in it. The chicken was pre-cooked. So we just want to warm that all up, melt all the cheese, make it gooey goodness, and then we'll come back and we'll serve dinner. Okay, so here we are. It is dinner time at the Van Steldoen Ervin Pallister House. We really need to like get a better name for our family or something. But anyways, here we are. We have our chicken enchiladas, spicy and not spicy. We've paired it with some Spanish rice, a little bit of a salad, some fresh avocado, and then cucumbers and carrots and stuff for the people that are maybe a little bit pickier. Some of these people in the background. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this. I hope everyone is keeping safe and healthy, and stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye.